Good evening and happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It's been a minute, y'all. So excited to be back on Mondays in the meditation room with Dr. K for Midlife Musings. It is a brand new year. Happy New Year, y'all. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. It's 2023. What a blessing it is to be in a brand new year, continuing our life journey, continuing to evolve, continuing to grow, continuing in our practice of self love and empowerment. Yes, awakened, aware, alive, and authentic. Welcome to the meditation room with Dr. K for Midlife Musing, a part of the Enlightened Woman. It is the place for all things Black women in midlife, enlightenment, and empowerment, specifically, uniquely curated experiences for those of us who are in that rites of passage ages, anywhere from 45 to 65 ish. Really, what I've read is 45 to 60. Some say 45 to 65. So, considering I just crossed that threshold of 60, I'm in the throes of what's next, right? So, I'm excited about this opportunity and just to breathe and be in the company of my sisters, enlightened women, for this moment. Yeah, just love hearing the theme. I haven't even heard the theme in a minute. And so it's good to just vibe and be present. So come on in. If you're here with me live, come on, put something in the chat to let me know you're here. Even if you're watching the replay, put something in the chat, comment to let me know you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this sacred space and place for the enlightenment and empowerment of Black women in midlife. Hey, Sister Max, welcome, welcome. Bye, Scott. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. I just like to just take a moment and vibe with the Mondays in the meditation room theme. I just loved it. It just puts me in the right spirit and headspace of flowing, right? Just groove, just great vibe. So come on in, come on in. We're not going to keep you long tonight, as this is still a season of trying to find our space and place in this new year, finding our rhythm and flow for the new year. That has been my theme for a while. Focus and flow, right? Focus on those things that are most important and flowing by divine inspiration. No more shoulds, coulds, woulds, pressure. No more being driven, but inspired by where I am in this season in my life for what works for me, right? And for what feeds my soul and my spirit, and unearthing those passions and those things that is priority. And because the truth is, y'all, we have only but so much energy. And during midlife is the time when we get to reassess and reevaluate what are those things that I want to put my energy towards, things, projects, people, relationships. What are those things that matter to me, where I want to put my energy? We can pretend like we have a whole lot of energy, but the truth is, we have a limited amount of energy, and we have to decide, and we get to decide where we put that energy. And when we have to let go of some things, everybody's not going to be happy about it, but it's okay. They'll be okay, right? Because most of us have spent most of our life worried about everybody else's happiness except our own. And in this season, come on, can I get an amen? It's time to reprioritize our well being. That's what and the Enlightened Woman and Mondays in the Meditation Room is about. Hey, hey, Crystal, welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in the room. Reach out and tell somebody that we're in the room, chilling and having courageous conversations and encouraging and empowering one another. Hey, Subi. So that's what I want to say. So y'all know I love to empower Black women, especially Black women entrepreneurs in the businesses that they have. So in the background here in my meditation room, you'll see this awesome picture of Stevie Wonder, right, as a part of my new 2023 calendar. The pictures are awesome. I'm gonna jump down so y'all can see. Let's see who else is on the calendar. I love it. This is just January. Y'all know this is Stevie Wonder, of course, right? And then I'm excited. This is Sydney Poitier. Oh, I love this one. Dorothy Height. Y'all really, I don't know how well y'all can see it, but I love it. And the good thing about it, and oh, I know y'all know who that is if y'all can see it. Come on, the Honorable Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. And I'm loving it with some Black history facts and moments on there. And it is done by some sisters. I love them, Rachel and Rebecca. And you can go to their website. It's called Signed Rachel and Rebecca. They do some phenomenal artwork. I also have my meditation um, picture up there on my wall that you can't see, that sometimes you can see, of a Black woman meditating, and it's called Peace Comes From Within. Just love it. I'll show y'all that next time. But support them. Is Their new website is called Signed Rachel Rebecca. I said and, but there's no and in between, but Signed Rachel Rebecca, right? They are awesome artists, sisters, and they get it from their mom, who was also an artist. So Signed Rachel Rebecca, RACHELREBECCA. Their work is phenomenal. Absolutely love their work. So go ahead and check them out and get some pieces and support them. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. So just for a few moments tonight, I want to talk about lies. Lies, la. And the wild part about that is our sisterhood ministry at our church is in the midst of um, a first quarter sister literary circle. And we're reading the book Killing Comparison by Nona Jones. And let me give you the exact title, because our theme for the year, as the sisterhood is The Confident Woman: Restoring, Refining, and Realigning. And so we're starting out the new year, um, reading a book and discussing it every first Saturday. And it's called Killing Comparison. Um, Let me get to the rest of the title. Killing Comparison: Reject the lie you aren't good enough and live confident in who God made you to be. Killing Comparison: Reject the lie you aren't good enough and live confident in who God made you to be, by Nona, Nona Jones. And she opens the book up with series, I mean, not series, but sections, 3 sections under the title, The Lies They Told Me. And that piece was so powerful to me as I was thinking about what we would talk about for our first Mondays in the meditation room with Dr. K, what we were talking about. And I really was going to kind of focus on, comparing. to, this is your year as a woman in midlife, rediscovering the joy of being you, in midlife and beyond, that this is your year to walk worthy, right? To stop comparing and competing and to start creating the life and the existence that you want, right? Beginning with uprooting lies that became beliefs, that became behaviors, resulting in an apologetic life, right? So we've talked about that, I want to say, before, during one of our times in the meditation room. And I really wanted to just take a few moments and to talk about that, because that's powerful. What were the lies that were told to you that became beliefs, that became behavior? And I'm talking specifically those things that make you live not an unapologetic life, but an apologetic life, like as if you are apologizing for your existence, that you aren't living full out, full, loud, and proud, and taking up space in the world, because something that was told to you at some point in your formative years made you feel that you were unworthy of all the good that God has for you. And I'm not talking about y'all name up in lights, having a whole bunch of material things. That's good and that's well, and it comes and it goes. But I'm talking about having a sense of well being, of knowing that you are worthy, knowing that when you walk in a room, you are no less than anyone else in that room, that you belong in whatever rooms and at whatever table that God opens the door for you to be in or prepares a place for you, that you are supposed to be there, that how you look, the color of your skin, whatever it is, the texture of your hair, what your body looks like, is worthy, is holy, is sacred, it is divine, it is God given. And most women are made to feel inferior or second class citizens, or not as worthy, or not as smart, right? We have to fight for everything we get, including being paid what we're worth. Yes, the respect that we're due. And come on, you don't have to be a movie star or famous or rich to deserve respect and honor, just for your personhood, just for being who you are. And I wanted us to start this year out of examining our life, what behavior. And for me, I noticed that oftentimes in my communication, I was using words a lot like just, oh, I'm just, or I'm just, and or trying. I'm going to try to, I'm trying to. And I realized those words were um, a result of sometimes me already apologizing for what I'm going to say, what I'm doing, where I am, um, trying already to soften the blow or making it okay, right? For me to say what I'm going to say, lead where I need to lead, step where I need to step, do what I need to do. And I'm saying to you that in this year, let this be the year that you walk worthy, that you walk in a peaceful, authentic place that has nothing to do with who you are on the outside, but what you know about yourself on the inside. Because the truth is, our inner life will show up in our outer life. And that was one of the things that I wanted to promise to myself, right? That I would live in peace in my inner being, that there's a level of well being that doesn't allow me to be snatched and pulled in every direction, trying to make everybody else's life all right and comfortable around me, um, instead of living in the truth of who God says I am. Oh, man. And that's something that happens, that midlife transition happens, and you have to examine your life and realize whether or not you're living by any lies that you may have been told that you received as truth that became your behavior, whether you shrink or sometimes we can be very outgoing and very loud to cover up insecurities or fears. Wow. Somebody may have told us that, we are too loud, or we're too quiet, or we're too dark, or we're too light, or we're too fat, or we're too big, or we are just too much, right? And that's the thing, with Black women, people like to label us as, angry or aggressive or all of that. And really the truth is most people are intimidated and feel insecure around us. So, what do people that feel insecure about a bright light? They try to diminish you. They try to push you down. They try to make you small and insignificant because they feel threatened. And most of the time, we take that burden on and try to make people feel more comfortable around us, right? Crystal says accommodating always. Yeah. And so the thing about crossing the threshold into midlife is that we need to examine our life. Are there any untruths? Are there any lies that we have believed that we're living our life by? That if I don't make everybody else around me comfortable, I won't have any friends. If I don't acquiesce to what my spouse or my significant other wants, or if I'm not there every time somebody calls me for help or somebody needs me, I'm going to be alone. I'm not going to have friends. I'm not going to have, a significant other. They're going to leave me. They're going to abandon me. If I don't jump over these hoops to make people realize how valuable I am, I'll never get what I want, or I can't really go for what I want because I'm not like so and so. I'm not as articulate. I'm not as gifted. I don't have what it takes to follow the dreams and ideas I have in this season in my life, or it's too late, or I've missed the window, I've missed the boat, right? I can't do it now. I'm 45, I'm 50, I'm 60. I can't start over now. Or there are some dreams and things we might have to let go. Then guess what? Dream again. Get a new dream. Get a new idea. Do something new for yourself. Try something new. But don't believe any lies. We've heard stinking thinking. I'm starting to call it not to succumb to not just thinking thinking, but shrinking thinking. I'm like, get over any lies that make you shrink who you are. No more stinking, shrinking thinking that causes me to live smaller than who I am. And the truth is, when you continue to do that, your body and your spirit will react. You will begin to feel it in your body, whether it's illnesses, stomach issues, right? Headaches, uh, depression, but your body will begin to feel it if you are constantly pressing or pushing or diminishing your voice. You will begin to feel it. So I want to read something to you from the book, The Enlightened Woman. Inspiration and Reflections to Rediscover the Joy of Being You in Midlife and Beyond by Dr. Kelly B. Hayes. I wanted to to just read this, and I'm getting ready to start doing just a series of videos and just live, just really kind of reading things out of my book, right? Why not? In the section called Midlife Crossroads, The Death of an Unexamined Life. And at the top, it begins with a quote by Susan Taylor, who was the editor of Essence magazine for years. She says we can act from our power instead of our weakness anytime we choose. We can act from our power instead of our weakness anytime we choose. And that was one of the lies that I felt that was told to me, or that I gathered by osmosis by people's reactions to me, right? Because sometimes it's not words, it's sometimes what we deduce or what we determine somebody's actions towards us, or how we interpret an experience that is not necessarily the truth that we begin to live our lives by, right? So listen to this. An unexamined life is an inauthentic life. Midlife is a crossroad, the intersection of your past life and the possibility of becoming your truest self. If you don't look within to determine the extent of your complicity in your own unhappiness, you'll never be free. And let me stop right there and put a pin in that. That one of the things that we need to do as women in midlife is examine our lives, take a look at ourselves, and figure out from where we are behaving. Where is it coming from? Right? And then acknowledge that many times it's not just about what people are doing or saying outside of us, it's what we are allowing to happen, the things that we are complicit with or agreeing with, right, in our own unhappiness. Our unhappiness is not with outside of the realm of our control. The perspectives that we have based on our situations and circumstances are based on what we think we can and cannot do about it. And when we have determined or allow people to say, this is it, this is your lot in life. You can't change. You can't change your situation. You can't change your financial situation. You can't change your health. You can't. When we begin to believe that lie, that there is no other option, there is no other way, then we will get stuck. And we have to acknowledge that sometimes it's not other people, it's us, or that people are trying to control our lives and what we think and what we can and cannot do. um, we become complicit in that, and we have to acknowledge that. Woo, right? Then becoming self-aware means reclaiming your power. Contemplating and reflecting on the root causes of your pain helps you acknowledge it and empowers you and I to release victim consciousness, that life is not just happening to us. Life happens. How we respond to what is happening around us really is determined by us. It restores your power of choice. Wow. Isn't that because that's just what Susan Taylor just said. We can act from our power instead of our weakness anytime we choose. Not saying that we don't feel weak in some areas, we don't feel even defeated sometimes, we get sad sometimes, we have those moments, but we get to choose from where we act. Do we act from those weaknesses, or just allow ourselves that time that we need to be in that place, but then realize having weaknesses or setbacks or tough times and just feeling depleted is not all of who we are. That's a part of who we are. And we can't let that time and those seasons define us. We have to remember that we also have power, and we can choose to act from that or our weaknesses anytime we choose. Those who wish to control you want to make you feel like you have no choice. There is no other options. But that's a lie. You get to choose who you want to be. And Get this, who has the privilege of basking in your love and wisdom. When you rediscover and embrace your authentic self, you take the next step in your path to becoming. Authenticity is freedom. It means no more hiding. It means finding your voice and using it. Oh my God. So when we're talking about what lies have been told to us and how we are living sometimes in a place that is not true to who God created us, it can wreak all kind of havoc in our spirit, in our bodies, right? Because our body, spirit, soul, mind, and body is connected. Now, how are you choosing to live an unapologetic life instead of an apologetic life? As if you don't deserve the good that God has for you, as if you don't deserve the joy that's available to you, as if you don't deserve to live a life of fun and adventure. And of course, am I saying that that's all that life is? Absolutely not. Part of who we are, the makeup of who you are, is experiencing sorrow and loss, but I think those times are enlightening, redirecting times as well. Because when you go through those seasons, it means you get to redistribute your energy. You get to realign and refine your priorities. Yes, I felt that in my own Shanana. I felt that because that is absolutely the season I'm in, the season we're in midlife, and why it's such a powerful rite of passage to transition to the place where you are priority. And this is not about selfishness and all of that kind of stuff, because this is the time in our life when we're no longer building and directing the lives of the people around us. We shift into really another level of confidence, peace, and power to fulfill those things that may have lain dormant in the past because we were doing other things, right? Though that part of our life is what it is, was what it was, right? Until it's not. So I'm encouraging you as I encourage myself, right? To take this season in our life to examine our lives. Where are we spiritually? Where are we emotionally? What thoughts are we thinking? What's going on with our bodies? And what beliefs are governing our lives? And are some of those things lies that we need to exchange for the truth that will allow us to live an unapologetic life, not an apologetic life, as if we're not supposed to be here, as if we're not supposed to take in the air that God has given us, as if we're not supposed to live as our genuine self in the earth. Man, no, it's time to shift. Yeah, shift, y'all. What y'all think? What you thinking? Oh my gosh, I need some feedback. Crystal's just, I love it. Awareness. Yes, I love it. Rite of passage, what it is. And I'm really excited about what, as my birthday is on the horizon, not soon, but coming up in May, which will be here before we know it, considering we're already in the second week or so of January into a brand new year, how I'm going to shift, right? From even midlife and then reaching back and building that succession and mentoring season and portion of my life. How do I reach out and back to girls, right? Teens, young adults, and women coming up to give them that sense of themselves and celebrating those different steps of rites of passage of womanhood and putting a new spin on it, putting a sense of celebration of who we are as women. And it starts with our girls, right? And being okay with this new season you're in. Susan, if you still on, I was laughing so hard once again. I had the blessed opportunity to go to a bridal shower this past weekend with my daughters for the daughter of a classmate, a college classmate of mine, and just watching these young adults and looking at them and all of us who are friends of the mom are in that 58, 59, 60 year old range, and we were just laughing about what our lives were like now and looking at them and looking at how young they look, like, oh my god, that used to be us. What in the world? But realizing that we are both in different season and rites of passages of our lives. And I was laughing so hard as I went over, we were taking pictures, and me and one of her friends, the young adults, I kind of bumped into her, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. She was like, oh, that's all right, ma'am, you don't have to worry about it. I'm fine, we're fine. And I was laughing to myself. I said, Lord, did she just ma'am me? And then, Susan, we had this conversation a while back that embrace that, because that's a sign of respect that I have lived long enough, right, to be in that season where I get that respect. I honor that as the queen that I am, that I've lived long enough, been through enough, learned enough, that when somebody sees me, they see the maven in me, the wisdom in me, that I deserve that kind of respect. And so do you. Yeah, so get ma'amed, you know, I'm like, yeah, bring it on. That I get to redefine what that means, because as women, we always, taught that our whole goal is to stay young, to look young, to be young, to stay young, and because we worship youth and come on, and but the truth of the matter is to be able to mature and to grow and to cross into this threshold as a rite of passage. Oh my God, that is a privilege and an honor. It's not the end, it's the beginning. Can I tell y'all some of the research that I found, that I'm realizing that they say really 60s and the 70s is when you are coming into your own and when you are producing the greatest work of your life. I was like, hallelujah. Somebody, I wish I had learned that earlier. I would have made some decisions early on about my energy, my life, my money, right? That would set me up to do a whole lot more in this season, because this is the best season of my life. Woo! I'm loving it, y'all. Whew, yeah. All right. That's our time, y'all, on Mondays in the meditation room for Monday. But this Monday, the 9th of January, 2023, of a brand new year. Examine your life, y'all, right? Let me read it again. As we opened up, this is how we're closing. This is your year to walk worthy. Stop comparing and competing and start creating. You have the gift to create, because you are a living expression of the divine. Our God is a creator God, creative God. God spoke and created, and you and I have that same creative power. So instead of comparing, looking at somebody else's life, that always diminishes you when you look at somebody else and then begin to feel bad about yourself. There's no need to compete, because God made you as a unique individual in the earth to bring your unique perspective and gift to the world, right? So stop comparing and competing and start creating. You have the ability. make the choice. And as I'm talking to you, I continue to speak to myself as well, beginning with uprooting any lies that you have been told about who you are, who you can be, and what you can do, and the importance of your existence in the earth, right? Take time to examine what lies you may have been told that have become beliefs, that become behaviors, resulting in an apologetic life. This is your most unapologetic season in your life. Embrace it and walk fully in it. What say ye, sisters? What say ye? Say, this is my season. Take a deep breath in and release it. Deep breath in and release it. Because sometimes just the revelation can be a lot. It can be overwhelming, but receive it. Come back, watch the replay over and over again. Let it get in your spirit. Yeah, I love it. Hey, Subi. She said, hello, boy. Is anybody there? We there. We here. I love it. And this a sister saying, stop competing, start creating. That's good. I know it just says Facebook user, so I'm receiving it and welcoming your input. Yep. So let's claim that and walk in it and know that you and I are absolutely responsible for the quality of our lives by flowing with the divine, by flowing in God's leading and guiding and reminding you that you are good. Woo! I love it. So thank y'all for joining me. I'm excited about what's coming up over the next couple of months as we bring some guests in to talk about what's happening with everything around us, our mind, bringing in some guests to talk about our mental and emotional health, our memory. Oh my God, anybody else for just forgetting stuff, walking in rooms, driving around going, where am I going? Woo, it ain't just you. Anybody been to their GYN just dealing with stuff that's going on right in your reproductive organs and your body, things that can help us. We'll talk to some doctors about that, about mitigating some of the things that's happening with our skin. We're going to bring some estheticians in and dermatologists in to talk about what's going on with our midlife skin, our hair, bringing somebody in to talk about our sexuality. Just gonna be a good year. And guess what? We're bringing the Minnow Lounge back. Last year, I loved going through October, our Menopause Awareness Month, and we did the Minnow Lounge. Welcome to the Minnow Lounge for a night of joy. Well, I'm looking forward to doing it once a quarter, and we're looking at for our winter quarter in February, doing something and partnering with a Black-owned yoga studio that will allow us to go in and just have a night to ourselves in the studio, doing some yoga and meditation as we're in the Minnow Lounge for a night of self-love, kicking off the month of February, focusing on self-love for us. Not just Valentine's Day, but self-love for us that we can make as a part of our lifestyle. Yes, and yes, so excited about that. Looking forward to the Serenity Experience coming up in September. We're working on confirming the dates, but just opportunities for us to experience life and live unapologetically, right? Looking for opportunities while we're doing that to support Black women businesses while we're doing it. All right, absolutely love y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for coming. And don't forget, the book is still available. The Enlightened Woman, Inspiration and Reflections to Rediscover the Joy of Being You in Midlife and Beyond. For the wonderful investment of $15, y'all can hit me up on social, on IG at Kelly B. Hayes. Follow me on Facebook and like and subscribe the YouTube channel as we build it out. We're still growing, but I love how my business coach says start and perfect along the way. So as we continue to perfect the YouTube channel Enlightened Woman TV and our interaction on other social media, go ahead and follow the Enlightened Woman page, Facebook page, and subscribe to the YouTube channel as we build it out. Yay. And so you can hit me up on either of those places to find out. You can get it at Amazon. It's at the $19.99 price because it's a book and a journal, right? Or you can go directly through me for 15 and I'll get it to you. So you can hit me up. And let me put my email address in here just in case you want to reach out um, and get it that way. All right, y'all. Have an amazing evening. I got to go back because y'all know I love it. The theme for tonight, find a evening ritual where you wind down, get in touch with yourself, catch up with yourself so that you can get some good rest and peace. And I will see you again next Monday on Mondays in the meditation room with Dr. K for Midlife Musings. Invite a sister to watch with you, subscribe, like, put that engage bell on so that you'll get notified when we're up and when we're live, and share the videos with someone else you know. I just love it. Let's go for that unapologetic life. Love y'all. See y'all again real soon.